as a dive hero, it is dangerous to dive against the Beastmaster. So you definitely have to be very careful on your blade, even against the Arc Warden, depending on the item build, because I think a lot of Arcs go for Gleipnir these days, so that could be very painful. And the Void Spirit for Gaimin Gladiators, well, I am really looking forward towards this match, because it does seem like it can still go either way, because no matter what happens, you still have a black hole and a chronosphere on the side of Entity.
Yeah. On that sense, yes. Like, Entity, they really answered well the Arc Warden, but it's a position 4 Arc Warden.
It is actually a position 4. Wait,
So...
okay, I am baffled. I didn't even realize that Tofu Arc.
Man, I'm impressed by GG. I'm loving this guy's draft. Like, I'm really impressed. I learned a lot with them. I really thought like they could go Beastmaster and then counter 2 heroes with the position 4. But they went the position 4. They've seen 2 heroes and got the Beastmaster without the Beastmaster being countered. And they forced a lot of counters on this like fake position 4 that the enemy team thought it was a hard carry. I'm impressed. It's such a good draft in my point of view. And I hope they get to play it as they intend and have a easy, nice game here. Because you're countering Arc Warden, yes, but you're not countering the Beastmaster at all. And this Beastmaster, Dawnbreaker can be such a strong win condition. Like you have the vision, you're taking the objectives, and then you have this Void Spirit that can initiate anywhere in the map, and the Dawnbreaker following up. Really strong draft for GG, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm curious about, you know, exactly what an Arc Warden support builds. I guess if you get a 4-staff, you technically have 2 4-staffs in the team fight, and same with the Glimmers and such, but do you go Hand of Midas as well? It's going to be interesting to see. I remember a Yapsor back in the day ran it as well, but I can't even remember how that game turned out to be. It's going to be very fun to watch. So you got a Beastmaster plus Arc Warden laning against a Faces Void plus the Bane. I would say that, honestly, Arc Warden can be very nasty in the laning stage as well.
Yeah, it's really good lane for the Beastmaster already, considering that he's against the Bane and the Void. If they don't swap, like, we can't be sure. We know, like, the position 5 has the Bane, yes, but they could do some swaps. Like, maybe you leave Enigma alone on top lane. They see Diracho. He has the extra move speed, has boots. He can get the... Or no. Diracho just walks away.
Disengage is easy peasy, but yeah, they could do some fancy lane swaps, see if that works out. To be fair, I don't really know what Faces Void prefers to play against, because Dawnbreaker also kind of destroys him in the laning stage. It's all pretty rough. The lanes are looking rough for Entity. Mid can go either way, to be fair. There's definitely outplay potential on both sides, depending on the item build of Stormstormer. Might just... The problem is Shadow Strike gives you that nice healing in the mid lane, which you really want to use on the Void Spirit. But he can just dodge it with Dissimulate every time.
So they're sending the Enigma top, but they're trading wounds. That should be good for GG, because Enigma cannot trade in wounds, so Fishman's gone.
Well, it is going to be 2 bounty runes coming up for GG, plus First Blood secured. Boom dropping in return. Stormstormer very low. He's going to get cracked as well. And it's a 2-for-1 trade with 3 bounty runes for Gaimin Gladiators at the start. They're going to send Pure in towards that bottom lane to lane up against the Celery Diracho. So they did go for the lane swap on Entity side.
Yeah, it's a really good decision for Entity. I was expecting that, having the Enigma on top. You mentioned that Void's gonna have a rough time bottom. I agree, but he would have the same way top. And the thing is, at least his tower will be up. The tier 1 tower top, and you want to hold this tower as long as you can. So having the Enigma there, you can hold the tower for longer. So you have the bad lane, but at least you keep control of your jungle for longer. that was one smart decision. On the other hand, the first blood, not the smartest, because when you're running those type of heroes like Enigma, Earthshaker, Darkseer, you know that this hero is gonna be standing by the creep wave. So GG, it's easy to make this decision of going for the trade in the rune because you know the enemy team doesn't have one hero there.
And that is, of course, pretty advantageous. Also, Fishman walked up the enemy high ground without having any vision either. Fishman, speaking of him, and Pure, they're actually taking a lot of damage in that bottom lane, while Ace gets taken down top. Okay, I guess he got tossed underneath the tower.
Yeah. Avatos, early level 2.
That's the one big plus for a Tiny playing in the safe lane with an Enigma. The tower is all, as the lane equilibrium is going to be on his side, and you got to be very careful of the toss underneath the tower.
Yeah,
or
and
this.
Ace,
Yeah, luckily the Eidolons were about to die, but Kataomi does still have himself an avalanche, and that is going to be Tofu dying as well. This top lane might be a little bit scarier than originally expected by Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, there's this point I just have seen on the Faceless Void perspective, and Boom is forced to TP base. That's also huge from the Queen of Pain mid. You get so much advantage forcing this TP, and you know that if you rotate mid and kill the Void Spirit, his game is gone. But I was too focused on Pure. If you look at Toby's side, he's gonna have a free lane. The Tiny, as mentioned, is also like free to roam in the map because the lane equilibrium is always good when you have an Enigma in your team. And the Beastmaster, he really regrets going for that boar first point because you really need the access against the Enigma lane. Bottom. Okay. No one died.
Yeah, just a lot of harassment.
Again, on Ace.
Oh, well, Kataomi, they're doing a lot of damage. He needs that Helm of Iron real quickly. Avalanche on top. Ace. Beastmaster is gonna die, and this top lane is actually shredding right now for the entity side. That lane swap looking pretty good. Bottom lane, Faces Void is struggling, but the thing is, Pure's gonna struggle in whatever lane he plays. There's just no helping it.
Yeah, but it's fine. Like, I think the start of Entity is super great so far. No matter if Void has 0 creeps, like what they're doing on top lane makes everything work. Kind of surprised that GG they didn't go for the counter move, like just swapping lanes also, especially because you have the Beastmaster, especially going with the 4 first point. You have the Hulk to scout lanes better, but yeah, so far so good. Pure dies. Sorry, talk too much.
No worries. We were looking at Pure dying very slowly and surely with the dot on him, and yeah. Top lane, of course, Kataomi just needs his mana the entire time. You do have Tofu rotating in. It's actually a very nasty way to secure the runes as well if you are a support Arc Warden. You just walk in, place a couple of those Spark Wraiths, and if he gets close, you even throw in a Flock. The problem is, right now, Ace, that means he's completely solo top, and he is actually stuck between the creeps as well, and that is Toby on a killing spree on the Enigma, has his urn with a couple of charges. This top lane is disastrous.
It's a disaster, but if you go to the net worth chart, he's still ahead of the Void because he's not wasting so much on regen. Like when you're a Beastmaster, you just want to buy the items for the aura ASAP. So he's not wasting so much on regen. Like it's super bad, but still he's having a game. Tofu though, okay, they didn't manage to get the toss, and it's interesting that Ace, he decided to walk. So he's probably going jungle because he didn't TP to the lane. No, he's just walking, so if he dies, has the TP to come back.
Well, at least Tofu gets some of the experience, I guess, so that he can get his level 6 as soon as possible. You can do some nasty things with an Arc Warden later down the line, but yeah, it's at this stage not looking too great just yet. Toss back, and there's going to be the catch on. Tofu does have massive magic wand charges. Toby actually needs to be a little bit careful himself. Tofu, is he going to drop dead? One more click. Yes, indeed. But Ace might just turn this around. Kataomi, there's too many creeps coming this direction. Summoning the Eidolons. Going back in. There is a toss-up. Kataomi's trying to find a nice lineup. Ace with the wild axes and still does die without getting a kill secured. Toby's now level 6. Top net worth by a pretty decent margin as well. This Enigma is absolutely destroying.
Yeah, and this has some props to Stormer on the mid lane because Boom didn't have the TP. If Boom had a TP, then Boom might die. He dies.
Okay, no TP, no chance.
They want to go for more.
And Tofu is the next target. Toss up, get the kill. Tofu staying alive for a little bit longer. Katomi does get taken down by the tower, but there's a TP coming in as well. It is Celery with the shallow grave just in the nick of time. Fishman's dropping low, and that is going to be 2 kills in return. Tofu's still alive. Stormstormer's out of mana and needs to disengage, but he might just be the next one in the line to drop. The supports are doing it, and it is going to be Celery with a double kill. Big plays from the Dazzle. He's now all of a sudden level 5.
The strongest hero on the team because Void Spirit's still 5. Beastmaster is 4. Oh my god. Yeah, so strong on those trades. The Dazzle with the Poison Touch. But yeah, the Queen of Pain has been outplaying really well on the mid lane, but now suddenly all the advantage is gone. He had like 17 denies, but the Void Spirit is 400 gold ahead. Although the Void Spirit is not buying a TP, come on, man. What?
His career is also dead. Duracho bottom lane underneath the tower will be just fine. They spot out Celery, but Celery spots them out. He actually does go for Poison Touch level 3. Finally, I see a Dazzle going for that for the Poison Touch levels. They always stop at 2.
Yeah, and he can get a Chard, and it's gonna be quite useful. Not like the guys that get Chard with just 1 point.
Yeah, and then they're like, haha, I hex one of your teammates and a creep. Ow.
Yeah. So while that was this trade, Beastmaster dies again top 0-5-0 on that Beastmaster. Such a rough game.
Alright.
Middle.
Katomi going in, Avatar, but Boom is tanky enough. Stormstormer actually is getting bullied by Tofu. Arc Warden Gaming right there. Core or support, it's always a pain.
And they smoked top. The skill on Enigma can be so huge.
Yeah, he's level 8.
And Duracho, yeah. Alright, showing up here. Toby, he presents something wrong is happening in the map. Why is our Arc Warden mid? Where is the Void Spirit?
Yeah, he's just doing exactly what he needs to stay hidden as far as possible. If they go deep, like diving against an Enigma is also a very scary prospect.
Fishman, the night vision, he breaks the play.
Okay, that Aether Remnant doesn't connect, and Fishman's still alive. Boom. Actually, he does still have Dissimulate. Toby wants to get a possible black hole. Does he get the reach? Actually doesn't need it because Avalanche Toss should be enough, and they actually get the counter kill there. Boom getting taken down. Toby unstoppable. 6 kills on the Enigma. Looking for Duracho's. Got the black hole available. Use it. TP's come in mass. Can they kill Duracho off in time? It's dropping low. Tofu. Nope, will not be able to save him. There's going to be Celery taking a heap of damage. Big avalanche from Katomi as well. Tofu with the Arc Warden double trying to deal some damage. Katomi does die. Toby he got a triple kill. Monster kill. Toby farming up the Arc Warden Wraith as well, the Arc Tempest double, and now Fishman going behind the tower to take down Tofu to boot. Can they get the kill? The Eidolons are walking through. Tofu dropping very low. One more hit, but the slow from Boom is just enough, and Tofu will walk away. But Toby getting a bit of revenge from that last game.
Yeah. It's such a nice 8-0-2 already, 10 kills. Participation on that Enigma. Kind of a greedy play of bot.
Okay.
Duracho saves Ace, but he might just die together.
Yeah, they don't have mana on Stormstormer though, but there is a chrono for Pure. And he gets the chrono just off in the nick of time. He needs to be careful of the burn. Get himself out of there. Doesn't want to die. The urn from Toby just to make sure he heals up. And that is a just respawn Duracho as well. Taken down. Entity. This is the Entity aggression we were missing last game.
Yeah. And it all began on good decisions on lane. The Queen of Pain played really well the mid lane, which makes all those side lanes aggressions possible because you're not so worried about level 6 Void Spirit. Fishman again breaking the play. He might die or he might just get enough time for his entire team to come up.
Oh, DOS back. Keep Fishman alive. Group him up next to Toby so that the dots don't come in. Dodge and weave, baby. Dodge and weave. Everyone needs to soak up all those spark rates, otherwise he dies. But Boom is incoming from behind. And Ace with the wild axes will get the kill secured. Blink out. Toby already has that blink finished up. Didn't go for the Spirit Vessel Rush. Instead, just blink seems to be the play. And Storm with the TP away out of there. Katomi is going to get roared up there, going in for the kill, and that will be the Tiny dying. So they do get a couple of very good counter kills in the meantime.
Yeah. Pure is going top into Diracho, but just doing some damage. The game, so many kills, like 2 kills per minute. Now GG, they protect their jungle. Nice play. Again, Entity is the team that now felt strong. So even they tank the smoke on Bane, they decide to somehow take the fight. And that's a small chance on the comeback of GG. The game though still looks pretty even on net worth, even though when you see engagements it feels like Entity is so far ahead.
I mean, if you look at that net worth chart and you look where Toby is, he's just miles ahead of everyone else.
They got Boom, they had the Fiend's Grip.
And there will be the heal bomb in return. Katomi doesn't have any spells left. Stormer does have a Sonic Wave, but they're just gonna quickly lose Fishman. Nice waiting as well. In comes Toby charging forward. Diracho, Sonic Wave. Stormer, he's looking for a lineup, but doesn't want to use his ulti just yet. They'll just get the 2 kills without. Chase for Diracho for more, but Tofu supports is in the building. And he's gonna spam as many spark rates as he can.
Still on Queen of Pain. He doesn't go for the dive. I like Ace's approach to the game, that he, no matter how bad the lane was, he just know he needs to hit his timings on the Helm of the Overlord, so he's just farming and he's actually pretty well back to the game, right? I guess the only thing that draws the attention on the network chart now is the Enigma farm, because the other heroes, they were actually able to recover. Also the Faceless Void is already on top 4 of net worth.
It's, well, Boom is now, you know, bottom of the course. Not really in the most comfortable spots. And Stormer really did him dirty in that mid lane. I did not expect him to win that matchup so hard. Black Hole onto Boom. They also have the Chrono available in case they want to throw it extra, but it should be enough. Shallow Grave, he is eventually going to die, and the Chrono comes in on the back line. That's going to be the real Tofu, taking some damage, but Pure doesn't actually have a Maelstrom yet, so his damage is kind of lackluster. That is 2 big cooldowns used, and it's still a 1-for-1 trade. Might be even more. Pure trying to disengage as far as he can, and we'll walk towards Stormer. But that fight was actually not bad for Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, but Entity, they still have resources to fight. Stormer does have the ultimate, so one Avatos with the ultimate, they can get a kill on any hero. They probably just go for the gold on Tofu illusion. Not even that. Okay. The other way around.
Tosses Boom forward to Toby. That might not have been the best play if the rest of the team is going to follow up. Toby is trying to disengage on the side. Fiend's Grip onto Diracho. Sonic Wave pushes them back, but again, the Shallow Grave comes into play and should keep Diracho alive. Very good game so far from Celery on the Dazzle. Okay, that's a bit greedy.
Doesn't have any spell.
2 seconds and then he has Astral Step. In comes Pure, trying to get the first hit. Bash will not be getting it just yet. Nightmare needs to quickly get taken care of, so Celery can be finished off by Pure. Luckily, he bashes so much with max level time lock right there. 4 hits, no bashes, easy. And yeah, godlike for Toby. Hasn't died a single time.
Yeah, he's going for a Vessel, and that makes it clear how GG should take the next fight approach. Oh, Avalanche will be back. Katomi, no. They really need to jump on that Enigma. So Enigma without BKB, if they get to burst this hero, it will mean so much, because the longer your kill streak, the more gold you're giving away. He's gonna give away something like 900 gold, I would expect, that early in the game, or 800.
Yeah, something along those lines. Of course, the good old days of, you know, the massive comeback mechanic are gone, where you kill a core and you get 1500 gold. You're like, cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, like the percentage of net worth that you get is not so high, but from kill streaks it is. It's still very high. So got like it should be an absurd amount by that time of the game.
But you could also just not die and win the game without dying a single time, and that's right now what he's looking for.
Yeah, he's going for that BKB and he's playing safe till then, so
60 minutes, first hour.
Very tough field, yeah.
This is a game with a Beastmaster and an Enigma, and this is the first hour that's going down after 16 minutes.
That's all on that lane swap, on the Enigma being top. Wouldn't be for that, the top tower would fall in 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, especially against Faces Void, boom in mid. Okay, smoke got broken. There was also no Black Hulk. Xiaomi does have a blink dagger at the ready this time around as well, so it does get a little bit scary if you're playing that Void Spirit. To be fair, he died 5 times, so he's probably already a little bit scared for most of these engagements.
Oh, boom. He's probably gonna die for that blink dagger reveal. Celery.
Yeah, they need to kill off the Dazzle first.
Yeah, the Dazzle makes it way harder for the initiation lineup of Entity to work, right? You don't want to chrono someone if you don't see Dazzle, you don't want a Black Hole if you don't see Dazzle, but they do see the Beastmaster on their jungle, and he's dead.
Yeah, he's...
Or not? Too early.
No, there's no way that he can get out of that. Very dead, and will be finished off. Then again, you know, Ace is second in net worth. How is Ace second in net? He has 7 deaths.
Because he gives 0 cares. He's just farming and hitting creeps no matter where in the map. He's not joining the fights, and now he has the Helm of the Overlord. So now he's gonna be joining the team fights for sure. It's a timing that they can also do Roche, but they can't as long as the Chrono and the Black Hole is up. So they need to force a team fight, force big cooldowns for Entity, and then even if they lose that team fight, it's their Roche timing. So they kind of need to lose a team fight in order to do Roche afterwards. That's what I feel like.
Okay. Or you win a team fight and then still do Roche, but
I don't see them winning the team fight. That's the thing. It's gonna be super hard. But the Entity lineup, they're kind of slow in Roche, so you can afford to lose one team fight as long as you force Chronosphere and Black Hole.
Astini, I was talking about, you know, support Arc Warden, the items he builds, 4 staff, Glimmer Cape, that sort of thing. He's like first item Ags. That item, very annoying to deal with, first item Ags. I'm semi-core annoyance in every team fight.
Yeah, there are 2 heroes that rely on the Blink Dagger, the Enigma and the Tiny. He's gonna be probably canceling those daggers during the entire engagement. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Also more vision. And he had the Philosopher's Stone, which helps a lot on getting greedy items such as this one.
This is looking a little bit on the scarier side for Entity, because Toby has massive net worth advantage that he gained. He kind of had to forego that so that his other cores could also step in and gain some farm. And they're smoked up. This is pretty scary. If Toby walks out, that could be a lot of gold, but it's going to be Katomi that tanks the gank instead.
But they have vision of Toby with the Hulk. They're gonna dive him, no? Okay.
No, Pure's nearby, so I probably wouldn't do that next to a Faces Void.
Pure does have the shard. All about that vision game. Finding the Dazzle.
Yeah, Celery's playing a really good game. Has had so much impact in most of these engagements. Roar onto Fishman. The Bane's going to get caught. And they will be able to get another kill. Right now, Gaimin Gladiators looking like the aggressors.
Yeah. I feel like Entity, they have this understanding that they shouldn't use their cooldowns so the enemy team cannot go Roche, because they gave up the mid tier 1 tower with everything up, and they are not trying to force anything on the map. They're just like spreading the cores, trying to shove the waves as further away of their tower as they can. It's a pretty good approach. Stormer, they have no catch for him. No Roar. Oh, they have the... Okay.
We go Poison Touch with max level Poison Touch with the Shard. It is probably the only Dazzle I've seen that still goes for max level Poison Touch.
But that wasn't like a kill attempt, just like, hey, leave the hell out of here. It belongs to me, just like. I guess they didn't expect to get a kill with this 2 seconds. Well, which is not even 2 seconds against the Queen of Pain, because she does have the Kaya Sign. Makes 1.6.
AoE Hex for 2 seconds. It does seem so broken. El Celery in the pit.
See the Dazzle.
Yeah, okay. That is probably your best bet to take a fight now. But there's nothing to really be gained. They're completely spread out, and Ace is still second in net worth.
Yeah, but he needs to be on the run. He does the right move. Yeah, everyone's playing safe from GG now because the Dazzle, all the threat of the Dazzle is gone. So Entity would have free initiation.
Tofu's almost done with the full Aghanim Scepter on the Arc Warden. That's gonna be so filthy. All those Spark Wraiths spawning in the fight and just chasing you down constantly.
Yeah. The Queen of Pain is going for the Shard. It's attempt to silence this backline, so not only silencing the Dazzle seems great, also silencing this Arc Warden seems really great now that he's gonna have the Aghanim's, right? You don't want him pressing spells, and definitely you can burst him.
He does get a little bit tanky as well.
They gonna go for the Void. Do they have enough though?
He does take a lot of damage. Nice Hex as well. Pure leaps to the side, heals up significantly in the trees, though it's a double damage Deratio Dawnbreaker. That's some big D's right there coming into play.
There's even a shallow grave on Deratio. Like, congrats.
So he can, it does amplify your healing slightly, so, you know, I guess useful for that luminosity.
Yeah. He was kind of almost foolish, yeah.
It's just that little, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta flex.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just joking. Not a big deal at all.
Well, in the pit they go.
And they wanna go Roche because there's no Void, there's no Chrono, but I feel like it's a very dangerous Roche because there's Black Hole, there's the Outpost, there's a TP spot, and the Faceless Void will be back into time.
Well, Roche is dropping pretty quickly and they're not responding, so free Roche.
I don't know, too early to say. Yeah, they're getting the road, but is Entity fighting?
Celery's gonna get spotted, tossed back. Dowmy is in trouble. They do get a quick kill. Chasing for more. There's gonna be a Chrono onto the back line, which is literally Tofu. And Tofu's gonna be just fine. Fiend's Grip holds the Ratio in place. That should be the Aegis pop. Pure now needs to disengage. Back and forth, but he is being spammed into oblivion by Tofu. Dowmy with a nice toss onto Deratio, who's taking a lot of damage immediately. Black Hole gets used, dodges it onto Boom, but actually Ace jumps into the Black Hole with his little tumbler toy. No, Ace, he tried to get the roar going. What have you done? Boom is going to be the next one down, and this fight is looking disastrous. Going to get away? Not really. He's going to get crushed as well. Tofu's still spamming away, but Pure will find the kill in the end. And that fight goes horribly wrong for Gaimin Gladiators. Did you see that tumbler story from Ace?
Yeah, that's not a free Roche, I would say. Aegis gone. 4 heroes dead. You don't want to fight into all the cooldowns from Entity. So bringing 5 heroes all together might not have been the best solution here. Maybe they needed to force those cooldowns somewhere in the map on pickoffs. But also very well played from Entity. The Void felt like he was lacking damage when he chronos the Arc Warden. It doesn't manage to kill, but actually the thing that's lacking damage is GG. They do have the save on Dazzle, they have the annoying blink cancelling Spark Wraith, but they lack the damage to burst targets.
Yeah, Pure jumping back and forth with the time walk the entire time, very hard to deal with. And Stormstormer also 2.4k HP, has some extra armor build, has a full Shiva's Guard now built up on the Queen of Pain, so that's a very good counter against both the Dawn and the Dazzle's healing.
Yeah, reducing all this heal into 25% healing lifesteal.
Yeah, that's not too shabby.
And Void is level 20 now. This level 20 is actually what allows you to kill any target in the Chronosphere. It's not like getting a damage item, like he went for Linken's, but now he can force targets inside the Chrono.
Yeah, just a casual 120 attack speed increase inside Chrono. That is, well, almost half his attack speed that he has right now. Just add it on top, go ham.
It's a full moon shard.
Is it actually exactly a full moon shard?
It's 2 hyper stones, and I guess the moon shard doesn't give anything extra, does it? No, it does. It gives 20, so it's not a full moon shard. 20 less. It's 2 hyper stones though.
Yeah, that's 4k. You know, casual 4k gold just on your talent added in. Sure.
Yeah.
Stormstormer Quap's also so scary right now, especially once he gets that shard. Then he's got so much AoE in the fight. Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave, Shiva's Guard, and then the AoE blast as well from the Blink. Those, especially the Dazzle, is just... Celery is so dead mode. He's going for a Blink Dagger because he wants to stay as far away from the fight as possible.
Diracho just forcing TP answers here. They want to make GG back from their top side of the map.
Boom, cancel this TP. They could use that. Oh, they're actually going to smoke right towards the top lane. Tofu. What's he going for next? Aether Lens. He's done with the Aether Lens on the Arc Warden. So he's actually just turning into a core. He's probably going to get an Oxrine core at some point as well.
They have vision of the Arc Warden. They want to take the fight.
Oh, but the Dazzle, they're getting the catch onto the 2 supports. Fiend Script comes out. They need to kill off the Dazzle. Toss him away from the heal as well. Celery dropping low, but a great black hole from Toby. A 3-man catch coming into play. The 2 supports are dropping low. Diracho is in trouble next. The Roar comes out onto the Void, who still has a Chronosphere available. And they need to disengage, but there's no disengaging coming through from here. In the trees, Ace is going to get surrounded on the other end. At least it's going to be Boom getting out of the fight. But that was the perfect catch. They find the 2 supports right next to each other.
Yeah, such a good black hole. It's a good... okay. I thought he would Chrono Boom here. It feels really bad for GG now. You don't see the opening on how they should team fight. As long as the enemy team have black hole, they cannot fight into that. And they didn't even use the Chrono. So Boom is dead.
Bashes, Pure, could still Chrono, Celery with the Shallow Grave. And there's going to be the Chrono, should still be a kill regardless. Takes a little bit longer, obviously. Celery, does he get taken down? Pure needs to be careful. Katomi with the Avatar, Sonic Wave. And Celery gets blown up. Stormstorm even going deeper. He sees an Arc Warden double. Give me that gold. It's easy money. We'll be able to get that kill secured as well. And Stormstormer walks away. And it's looking rough. The one plus side, I guess, is that Arc Warden with Ags is pretty good at defending high ground.
Yeah. But like how they are outscaling a Faceless Void Enigma lineup, I don't know. You can defend, but how do you actually win a team fight? They need that Aghanim's on Void Spirit, which is like gonna be one of the latest ones that takes more time because it's been 30 minutes into the game. It's an item you expect by 24. It's like 6 minutes late already, and it's gonna be something like 8 or 9 still. Also, something that I didn't bring up after the team fight that was really well done by Katomi is that he tossed the Dazzle out of the Dawnbreaker ultimate, and that also set up for the black hole into 3 targets. A lot of props to Katomi on that.
He's playing a lot better than game 1. Like, he's
Yeah,
actually doing stuff this game.
Feels like game 1 he was totally outplayed by the Marcy, and feels like this game he's totally outplaying the Dawnbreaker ultimate. He's giving it back.
Yeah, gotta spread it even so we get a game 3. So of course there's still plenty to be witnessed. Diracho on that Dawnbreaker. He's really having struggles getting anything done on the Dawn these fights.
I thought he would go for the Enigma, that had an idea where he could be. That would be a huge kill.
Look at all these nice, beautiful spark wraiths being spammed out by Tofu. Ah, that must be so much fun.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, what is Gaimin Gladiators' game plan at this stage? How are they going to be able to rectify this deficit?
They need to farm the Aghanim on Void Spirit. They need that silence to play the team fight. Faceless Void doesn't have the BKB yet, so if he gets the Aghanims before Void's BKB, that could be a huge team fight. They burst down the Void, then they... I'm not saying they will win the team fight, but then it's a good team fight at least.
Then they've got a chance, and that's what
Yeah,
we're aiming for.
they stand a chance, yes.
Oh, look at that damage on Stormstormer. Oh.
Enigma with BKB, they do have the dagger on Ace though. It's also a possibility that it bursts this Enigma, but Toby is playing so well, so safe. Okay, the smoke is detected with the Spark Wraith.
He needs to get beyond Godlike, so give this kill to Toby. Kataumi is... They're actually getting the kill on Kataumi specifically to deny Toby getting the 10 kill streak.
Yeah, so if you die, don't give away so much gold.
Yeah, next level play, though, you know, you want to get that kill streak. Duracho.
They got Duracho.
Kataumi, toss back with that 4-staff. However, oh, there's a black hole and a Fiend's Grip. That's a little bit much. Roar does get used. The Fiend's Grip still continues. Actually, Toby is going to get taken down. That's the 9 kill streak secured. And they might have gone a little bit too aggressive there because they're missing a couple of their players. And they get 3 kills here on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Pure still waiting
Pure,
on the high ground. But yeah, you probably just need to dip considering Shallow Grave is back off cooldown.
Yeah, that was 984 gold, plus the AoE gold, which was 498. It was spread among 2 heroes. So there was a hero there that got 1.1k. Iracho, just out of this kill.
He got almost 1.5 out of that fight. That's
Yeah.
a lot of gold. And that is, I really don't... Entity, they were completely not on the same page. Fiend's Grip and
Roach
Black
is
Hole.
oh man.
This is kind of disastrous. They're still, of course, in a very comfortable, reasonable good spot, but this is how comebacks happen.
Yeah, but I can't blame them on not being on the same page, because the Tiny, he just made a clutch play so fast that you see like a target flying and you want to stun the target. And both had like the right feeling of, oh, I should stun the target. You don't have time of communicating during this Tiny Airlines. Tiny Airlines is like the fastest flight you can get.
Yes, but you were also missing the Quap and the Faceless Void, and that's the one that I'm like, of course, adding those two ultis on top of each other, not great. But the fact that the Quap and the Faceless Void were nowhere to be seen, and you are diving past the tier 2 tower next to the enemy's tier 3 tower, that is kind of a very suicidal play. Katawi should not have made that play.
Perfect. That's the point. Like, going under the tier 3, especially with an Enigma, that what guarantees you're winning the game is that you have the vision advantage. So diving around the tier 3, that's a very dangerous move, especially when you're so far ahead in the game and you don't want to give openings for the enemy team to come back. You can just play the safe game and you'll be winning. That was the mistake. I think that's a way bigger mistake than pressing the 2 ultimates together. Like, even though I know the impact of this is very huge, but you can't expect them to get this correctly so fast.
Yeah, it is, there's a glimmer of hope on the Gaimin Gladiators side. Net worth-wise, it's almost dwindling to about equal terms. The Ratio's got the Aegis now, so that is like the perfect counter to Black Hole, Chronosphere, Fiend's Grip, is that you got that extra secondary life to come back and go ham. His net worth is also spiked up significantly. Toby's actually now below Ace. 1 death versus 9, and you're below him in terms of net worth. That's an interesting prospect. And Tofu is just an extra core at this stage. Like, he's catching up to Boom.
Unfortunately, they found the last target that they want to find. That was Diracho, and he just used the Celestial Hammer, sorry, the Starbreaker when they were initiating, so he got that free BKB. There's still hope. There's still hope for Entity. Like, I feel the game is close to even with that Aegis, but they're still like 5k ahead. They still have things that guarantee a kill, like a Black Hole target, you Chrono target. As long as the Dazzle is dead, they have those sort of kill guaranteed. But Dazzle, he's really clever. Celery, he does have the dagger, and more important than anything, he does have buyback. So he keeps buyback no matter what.
They're just breaking base right now. The first team to actually break some buildings up on the high ground, and this is looking like a rather painful endeavor. Backline, Black Hole does get used by Toby, but again, the cores are nowhere to be seen. Stormstormer rushing forward, the toss comes in. Sonic Wave as well, the Chronosphere on top. Sonic Wave almost pushes the Rachu out of there. Boom is going to be the main target for Pure. Can he get any bashes? He finally does, but all the cooldowns have been used. Aegis is going to get popped, and there's going to be a reset of the fight, but he is completely alone on the Rachu. Locked and loaded, Kataomi going in, silenced up in the process. Can they get the kill here? They will lose Fishman on the die side. They're fighting on the right side of the map. Pure is completely on an opposite end of Duracho. Finally joins in the fray again, looking for Celery, getting rid of that Dazzle, and that's going to be a dieback. Coming in for more. They're getting the absolute crackdown. Boom's dropping very low. The buybacks are being spent massively on both these sides. Stormstormer's actually going to get caught. The pushback from Tofu actually breaks that Aether Remnant. And Tofu is going to be hunted by Kataomi in the trees. It's Boom very low. Same with Ace. Kataomi, Spoda legs coming in, spots him out, and now they know where they are. But that's actually a bait from Ace into the Aether Remnant pre-posted. Duracho with the buyback has finally rejoined the fray. And what the hell is going on this game?
So GG understanding here is that if Entity use their long cooldowns, they can just win the team fight. So they kept buying back, but it's a Void. It's a Void level 26. He's not so dependent on the Chrono anymore. That's why the long fight turned to be Entities. Also, they had no TP spots nearby. So yeah, the Dazzle had buyback, but till he was back, Dawnbreaker was already dead one time, and the second life was basically gone. So a bit greedy from GG to... They kind of tried to finish the game on that team fight by buying back. They believe, okay, we come back, no Chrono, no Black Hole, we kill them all, but that wasn't the case. And suddenly they give away all this sort of advantage, because they weren't even ahead on net worth, that Entity gave them on the bot team fight. So the second team fight that we see around the enemy base, that is not the most clever one.
And now you also have Pure with the refresh orb, so you gotta deal with double Chrono.
And Queen of Pain. Like, you have two heroes with refresh.
And there's also a third one being built up right now on Toby, so that's a lot of spells. Again, they do still have the Arc Warden for the high ground defense. He has an Octarine core finished up onto the Arc Warden. That's so filthy. Tofu just
we are looking for those 1 hour plus games.
Oh, this is gonna be tier 5 items, 100%.
Although they don't have 1, 2, 3, 4 buybacks. So Dazzle, Tiny, Void Spirit, and Dawnbreaker used.
And Gaimin Gladiators currently don't even have the money on 2 of them, so they technically, if any of them die, they're out.
Yeah. So there was a tiny buyback. I missed that on teamfight. I thought only GG had buyback. So still super bad. I'm not making the point that it was good. Yeah, it's still super bad.
Still not so superb, no.
The 25 on Beastmaster is quite good. 30 seconds reduction, basically 50%.
Yeah, that is actually not too shabby. He's got the boots of bearing as well against the nasty slows coming out from the Quap. And does that actually work with the Black Hole pull?
No, I don't think so. It's not as low. It's a pull.
Yeah, but Valve. It's like, what do they count as a slow specifically? It's the problem for Entity is exactly this. Look at all these beautiful spark rays, just that sound.
Look at the sound. I play without sound, but I can look at the sound. I cannot hear.
Okay. turn on your sound. Just enjoy the music of Dota.
But the next thing that Tofu can do is going travel. Then it's gonna be super annoying. Because then you are also shoving waves to the enemy tower. They get this mobility already with Diracho. He has the Solar Guardian to connect on team fights, so they force pure TP on a tier 3. Thus they get to defend their tier 2 down bottom. But Queen of Pain, Stormstormer, he's still there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, quite a offensive blink into Tofu.
Stormstormer. Gotta be careful. Ace with the roar. There's gonna be Diracho joining in the fun as well. He does have the BKB. Can he get away? Sonic Wave does get the blink out on the side. Pure jumping into the fray. But there's no Stormstormer, so Pure needs to be very careful because Diracho does hurt very hard. But the black hole onto Diracho. Big catch coming in. Can they get the shallow grave? Yes, they can. Diracho needs to be very careful. No buyback available for him. They're gonna go for boom. That's gonna be the chrono. That's the first one to be used. Pure has that refresher for the second chrono. That is a very big kill onto boom. But they do find some kills in return here. They kind of need to be a bit careful on Entity's side as well.
Yeah, Pure. Okay, the chrono.
The second chrono, Pure. Can he get the kill onto Diracho? He's dropping low. Diracho does get bash locked, and that's the two main cores dead. Celery make that the third ace. BKB runaway has them Spoodaligs. Will be able to blink out in time, and Tofu needs to TP to safety because, well, he needs to shove out lanes.
Yeah, they almost burst Pure. But then he was still alive and the black hole came up. Pure needs to take a lot of care with those silence. He has the defensive items, right? He has the Linkens, has BKB. He's going for Satanic. That's the right choice. Because it gives you a lot of HP and a basic dispel against the silence. Otherwise, okay, you have two Chronospheres, but you're just fighting with BKB. You also do have two BKBs, but it can just be bursted.
You can't get a free Ags though.
Yeah, Roshan.
He's got that juicy Ags. Will you give it to the quiet? Probably just give it to the Faceless Void. And blink
Or
that
Bane.
big bash. Bane?
Yeah, because then no one can cancel the Bane.
That is true. Bane could also be a nice. Well, no one. You have the Void Spirit that just, you know, uses one of his resonant pulses, and I think it might just be in range to get all three.
Yes, with Pure, they get a kill on the double. But Enigma is on the tier 3 with the creeps.
Yeah, he does almost have his refresher orb finished as well.
Nice hack from Celery. Pure is alone here. No, they didn't get him so fast. And he doesn't go for the greedy farm on Ancient. Pure is playing the safest Dota, the right Dota here.
Add another to the tally.
This game, you know, it feels like Entity is in control for the most part, but these fights are so scrappy. I'm terrified. Like, they can really get absolutely Pure one more of those mistakes, and he could easily get crushed by Diracho's damage with the double Starbreaker.
Yeah, I feel like GG, they are kind of the hope that the enemy makes mistakes. On a normal team fight, there's zero chance they're winning. Stormstormer trading hits with Boom. Doesn't have anything to cancel a TP. Boom kind of baiting because he has Celery with him.
Tofu has 3.2k extra gold just chilling at the moment. He is staying alive in these engagements, and he is spamming his spark rates to pure annoyance.
Yeah, I'd say he wants travel plus buyback. Oh, Celery. They force the Solar Guardian.
Okay, jump back and forth. Diracho wants to go for the kill on Stormstormer. That's still a lot of damage with the double smackdown. Toby comes in with the black hole, gets it off onto Diracho, and Celery TP'd away, so the save is a little bit further down the line. They're going to go into the trees. That's Pure going for Ace. The damage coming through as well. Stormstormer just barely out of it. The Sonic Wave on top. That is going to be a double buyback force out on the Gaimin Gladiators side. Ace in the trees. Can't really run away. Triple kill coming out from Stormstormer, and it was a bait and switch all along.
Yeah, they take away Aegis, but two buybacks on GG side, and the Void still have the refresher orb, which I think kind of instantly use after your chrono, because the same cooldown, not the same cooldown, it's 30 seconds more, but you usually just use it.
I guess he
don't
might
wanna
wanna
wait.
Yeah, yeah, very likely
Like-
that that's the case.
You don't want to wait 2 minutes 20 just to have the 2 minutes 50 refresher orb up.
The same thread.
29k net worth advantage now for Entity. Gaimin Gladiators. They may manage to take down the Quappa first time, but that's pretty much it the entire time. Like, they kill off the Aegis, they kill off, you know, a support here and there, but they don't get all 3 cores taken care of.
Yeah. And we're just talking about the Spark Brave defending high ground. There's also the magnetic field.
Yeah, with the shard now as well, so it does give that
Top tower has
nice little addition to anything in it. You push enemies out of it when they want to try and go for the buildings. And it also gives that attack speed increase on towers, which is kind of nuts. 80 attack
Yeah.
speed bonus on towers.
And depending where you get chrono, it can help, I believe.
Oh, you can slightly push someone, the enemy, to a bit of annoyance.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower
normally you
is
just walk into it and
Radiant's
look at these
Yeah,
spark
but like-
rates. It's beautiful.
Man, Pure is so strong. He's going for Daedalus. I just wonder. Okay, he's probably gonna like use refresher, micro it, and use the Daedalus, right? Because all the other items they seem necessary.
Maybe he'll,
BKB, Satanic Lincolns.
maybe he'll put his boots away because he has Ags. His movement
Does
speed
make
not,
sense.
yeah, movement
Yeah.
speed is not really that important. You get that immediate first hit bash anyway.
Yeah. And he's close to 30. He's gonna have that sweet extra range on Chrono. AoE.
Look at
So
Celery. He's just all the way in the bottom lane pushing it out. TP's coming through. Haha. They fortified a little bit too late. Haha. Tips him as
but
well.
it's super good to force a fortify. Super, super good.
dire.
Oh, Celery's still dead. Or is he? Glimmer? Other direction? Dodge and weave?
He has a TP.
Yeah, but he's
Oh,
greedy.
he wants to cut one more wave. He wants to have some fun.
There we
He's
go.
gonna see the Queen of Pain and he goes for the wave.
Or
No.
does he? He's considering it, but the Queen of Pain is a little bit too close by. She's gonna farm.
Oh my god.
The Quap
the
sees
cool
the
here.
creeps and everything. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. Spotted again. The courier fly over him. Might have been just out of range. And he finds the creeps. Is he gonna go for it? No, a bit too risky.
They're pinging Boom. But Boom has the ward. Okay. Enigma nearby. Deeps
Yeah,
out.
should get the TP to safety. I'm just curious in seeing Celery just cutting creep waves 24/7.
Yeah, I wonder in that case if it's better to switch the Blue Thorn for the Vice, so you can cancel those TPs of heroes cutting waves all the time. They want to go for Celery again, Toby.
Celery!
Use the refresher for the double blink.
Oh, this is actually really impressive.
Oh, there's a DD top. That's
Oh, they're gonna catch him this time. But he gets rid of the debuff with the Witch Bane, and he's going for the Shallow Grave TP out. Gets cancelled though, thanks to Toby, and finally Celery will die. But they find Fishman in return in the meantime. So, you know, Celery... sometimes you talk about creating space. That is the ultimate space creation. You drag them
Yeah.
all the way towards their own tier 3 towers.
They want Diracho. Can Katomi find him? No. And bottom, now it's Void Spirit against Queen of Pain.
And Boom trying to do the exact same play, though has to be careful because Boom does not have a buyback for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. He does have the Stormcrafter, which is his Ill Scepter, right, for the Dispel into the Queen of Pain, which makes even more the case for a Vice here. Stormer, again, he finds Ace, but no way to cancel that TP. Enigma has the 25 talent. You see a lot of Eidolons down mid.
Let's see.
Are you ready to rumble?
Also, by the way, he went for a hand of Midas on Tofu. For like
Okay,
a
he wants
45
that-
minutes of Midas.
Man, he definitely doesn't want a 1 hour game. He wants a 2 hours game.
Oh, high ground defense. One team can't push, the other team is godlike at defending but can't fight. This is
Yeah.
a weird stalemate.
But besides the gold, it makes a lot of sense on the XP side. He wants to have those talents, and he's not getting any XP when he's locked at base. So, you see, he even buys the tome. He wants that 25.
Enemies. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tempest double cooldown reduction. Or Tempest double duration. I would assume cooldown reduction. 50% seems insane.
Yeah, especially because he has Octarine already. So, it's like Tempest double is always up. You just get the left one if you don't have Octarine.
Tofu Arc 1 double. No! The money! $300 for Stormstormer. And look at this, top lane. Celery. He bought a hand of Midas as well. They're going for that actual the tier 5 item gaming.
Something to make the game faster. Roche timer only 8 seconds. So there's already Roche.
Yeah, that's a refresher shard for a lineup that already has 3 refresher orbs. Celery.
Celery.
Shallow Grave, TP out. Interrupt is just in time and Celery is gonna die again.
By what right?
They're pinging Roche.
Another Ags. Who's gonna get the Ags this time?
I guess Queen of May.
He can almost buy his own full Ags with the recipe. I'd
Yeah.
probably give it to
Oh, it's
someone
May.
else.
Yeah, the support got something.
They're actually friendly.
See, man, you just need to wait 52 minutes, so your cores are gonna remember a few when they have something to give away. Pure. He's without the satanic to have the refresher orb with Aegis.
Going on the Arc 1 double. Will be taken down. So someone does lose about half his HP for that. A new Arc 1 double is already ready to be summoned. Chrono comes out. He's level 30. That Chronosphere he is pretty nutty. Duracho is going to get taken down a little bit too late there for Celery to rejoin the fray. And a couple of buybacks needed. Second Chrono coming out to play. Pure also has that shard for the third Chrono if need be. He's going to go in for the back line. Ultra kill. And the Black Hole comes in. That's going to be Pure getting his Rampage going in. And he does get the Rampage. The only one left is the Duracho. And that's the GG call. Rampage for Pure. Black Holes, Chronos, everything. Double, triple. We'll see it all over the place. But in the end, it's an entity with their massive ultis managing to secure the win in 53 minutes.
Yeah, they had the cores that scale